kaiju friends and fans? So the Kaiju King back doing some more videos. Let's take a quick look at this third edition from Spiral. This is the Godzilla 2024 pre-evolved form. Already did the video on the Supercharged the other day. This is the box. Really nice artwork on both boxes. They're different, but they're both unique. Spiral does a quality job with artwork on their boxes. Alright, we'll move on to start of the show. The Spiral Studios Hall of Fame Godzilla 2024 pre-evolved form. Alright, I want them back, and here it is. The Spiral Studios Hall of Fame Godzilla 2024 pre-evolved form. Of course, this is the Godzilla towards the beginning of the film. The very beginning. When he kills Skyla, which Spiral's making the Skyla in this Hall of Fame line. He kills Skyla, and it shows the movie title. Then he goes to sleep in the Roman Coliseum, which is kind of funny, actually. Then he gets aroused and woken up by events that's going on. Particularly, I think, in Hollow Earth, he kind of senses it and gets woken up and heads towards France, which he turns into the evolved after he takes down Tiamat. So this form of Godzilla is the early beginnings of the movie, basically. It's a pretty nice figure. I'll do a final comparison at the end with the Supercharged I just did a video on. But this has it's the same sculpt, it's the same everything pretty much, except for the paint apps on both. And I'm still sticking with what I said on the Supercharged, that the blue paint really was kind of muddling and fusing out some of the details on this figure. I think they're better seen with this pre-evolved form, my opinion. But this movie's, anybody that hasn't seen it, I mean, I'm sure most Godzilla fans have seen Godzilla X Kong New Empire. It's a great film, great kaiju fights. Some of the best kaiju fights, tag team fights in this movie here. My favorite tag team fight was probably Godzilla and Anguirus versus Gigan and Ghidorah, Godzilla versus Gigan. This is probably close up there, though, second tag team kaiju fight. Godzilla and Kong ended up working well together once Mothra bitch slapped them both. In particular, I think that was bitch slap was more towards Godzilla, like, yo, dude, chill, man. What is wrong with you? You're all getting all cray-cray on me. I can't handle this right now. Oh, by the way, my Star Ace Studios Mothra 2024 just shipped the other day. So I should have it probably in a couple weeks, I'm guessing. And also, I ordered a D-for-real Balrog from Lord of the Rings from Star Ace. And then also the Mechagodzilla 2021 from Star Ace is supposed to be shipping this in August as well, but that's what they said. I'd mentioned to me in a previous comment online. So Mothra's on the way. Hopefully Mechagodzilla will be soon as well. So I'll be doing some more Star Ace stuff here before long. This is a great movie, great kaiju fights, human story, so I would say, but I enjoyed the Dan Stevens character personally, Trapper. I enjoyed that character in the movie myself, but human story I'm not really there for so much. And this is some zany, crazy, goopy stuff going on, just like Showa era late 60s and 70s Showa era movies, for my opinion. So I can Legendary wants to give me some goofy, silly, that's fine, and then Toho's giving us some serious stuff. Content was -1 and all that, so. But hopefully Legendary gets back into some more serious tone with it. That would be nice. I'm sure a lot of people are wanting that too. Do a quick look at this guy a little bit closer. Predominantly the charcoal grayish skin, paint tones on him. Little light brown spots as well, like in between the scales here on the tail. See that? Same sculpt as the Supercharged, it looks to me like. Nice sections of the tail. Underneath the tail. Looks good. Dorsal plates climb up the tail into a 3-row situation with the dorsal plates up here on the back. I mean, they look nice detailed to me. Nice details on the upper skin here by the back on the dorsal plates, up here on the upper body and back section. Nice scaling. On the legs, looks pretty good in my opinion. I mean, nice scaled sections like in the movie. There's the feet. Arms and hands are in a push down position. He's really leaning forward, the figure is. I'm going to do multiple comparisons with a lot of 25 centimeter type figures here. Chest plating, signature of the legendary Godzilla there, looks good. Hands, the claws, scaling on the arms look good. I think this thing looks really nice myself, but that's just me. Of course, the eyes are super small, but they're brown and black. White eye with a brown and black pupil, I think. It's so small, though, it's really hard to see it. Teeth in the mouth. Gills on the neck there a little bit. I mean, like I said, with the supercharge, I think the paint doesn't help to appreciating the details on the figure, in my opinion. This is a really cool looking figure here. I think it's really nicely captured. All right, we'll move on to several comparisons. Let's do that now. All right, everybody, here's Max Plus Godzilla 2021, Godzilla vs. Kong. All right, we'll move on to some more. Let's do that now. All right, everybody, so this is a little bigger figure, one bigger figure for scaling. This is the custom or commissioned 3D printed stylized Shingeki Goji. Late 60s, early 70s, but it's super stylized. All right, we'll do some more here. Let's do that now. All right, y'all, I think this is a nice comparison. It's 25 centimeter gargantua set. Thought I'd really branch out with some comparisons here. I want to do multiple too, so pardon me for that, but I just wanted to really get a sense of sizing for people. Wouldn't mind seeing a movie Godzilla versus the Gargantuas. That would be frickin' sweet. All right, we'll do some more. All right, y'all, there's Godzilla 1965 X Plus 25 centimeter. All right, let's do some more. All right, y'all, here's a 25 centimeter Godzilla Ultima from the anime series. All right, let's move on. All right, everyone. 25 centimeter Mechagodzilla 1974. These are majority X Plus, by the way. All right, one final quick comparison. We'll do that now. All right, everyone. Final comparison is the Bandai Ichiban Show Godzilla 2023, aka Godzilla -1, the Heat Ray version. Alright, I'll move on to some quick final thoughts here. Let's do that now. Alright, everybody. Spiral Studios Hall of Fame, Godzilla 2024, pre-evolved form. I think everybody probably prefers this version of the two. As I showed in my supercharged video, I think it's actually a really good figure. The paint just doesn't help it, in my opinion. But they're both pretty cool. I'm glad I got them both, to be honest. Oh yeah, I wanted to do a quick side-by-side of those two. Let me do that real quick here before I go to my close of the video. Apologies for that. I meant to do that. We'll put them side-by-side here for a spin. There they be. Pretty much same sculpt. Pretty cool figures here from Spiral for what, around the 200, and with shipping by like 250, I want to say, or something like that. I can't remember exactly, to be honest. Pretty darn cool figures for what they are, in my opinion. Alright, everybody, I'll close out my video here. This is Philly Kaiju King. Y'all have a blessed day. We'll talk again soon.